Hey, Shalom. I like to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kwadash. I like to give double honors to the apostles and elders and CT bishops of the Great Millstone who rule well, taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to the Akim preaching this word with truth and sincerity around the four corners. Like Elder Malcolm will be saying, risking their lives and freedom to do so. Now more so than ever. You gotta redeem the time. I mean, because the days are evil. We are in some bad times, some perilous times. So, shalom to the Israelite foreigners, the Israelites that live amongst the heathen that look like those heathen. This is not a black or white thing. This is an Israelite thing. So shalom to the speckled bird. We're going to have Israelites coming back into the fold that look like these other nations from where they were scattered to. That's part of the curses. Like Elder Malcolm will be saying, and shalom to the Akim and the few Aqua, the true believers of the hopeful elect. Just coming back in the spirit and theme of prophecy. And wanted to make a quick lesson. So speaking about, if you haven't heard already, SNAP benefits is ending, or they will be discontinued due to the government shutdown. I believe it's November 1st. And today's the 19th of October. So you got like a week and a half left, a little under 2 weeks until that takes place. So I just got a couple of scriptures on it. Wanted to speak about it. And Lord willing, this will be edifying, straight, quick, fast, and to the point. So I looked it up in Google, and I said SNAP benefits end November 1st. And it is the AI overview. It says, it is not that all SNAP benefits are permanently ending November 1st, but rather that the November 2025 payments are at risk of not being issued due to the ongoing federal government shutdown that began on October 1st, 2025. You see, so government shuts down, they're not giving no more benefits. Then this is going to affect a lot of people. Because from what I understand, it's like, I believe the tens of millions of people depend on SNAP, on government assistance. I believe it was like, it was either 47 million or 74 million, something like that. 74 million people in America depend on SNAP. And that's mostly single mothers with their kids. Mostly, in my opinion, mostly the Israelite woman. This is the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American woman always hollering that they don't need no man because they had daddy government, zaddy government. And now, looking like you brothers is going to be getting approached by these women more often. Like Apostle Gabar said, it's going to come a point in time. You don't have to chase women, because there's going to come a point in time where they're going to be chasing after you. You're going to have to beat them off with a stick or get spiritual power and snatch a tree branch out of the ground and wave them off with the tree branch, with the tree trunk rather. This is definitely going down. Like Like Elder Malcolm has said in his previous videos, I would say months ago, he said we are living Exodus. We are living the second Ezra, the 15th and 16th chapter. You know? Hold on while I cross the street. It's lock here for the noise of the wind. You know, I'm outside. You know, it's nice and warm in the daytime. During the midday, rather, as you can hear the vehicles, the automotives going crazy. You know, people enjoying they Sunday. I got some time before I gotta hit the plantation, so I'll let me put up a lesson real quick. Try to feed the sheep. I got fed earlier watching videos from the apostles and from the elders. Apostles ain't put up a video yet, but I know they're going to very soon. It's like clockwork. You know, GMS is a well-oiled machine. All glory and power and praise is due to the Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, of course, for making it possible, giving us the Holy Spirit, the Rakah Kodash, for those devoted men to do so. Matter of fact, let me read this second the second paragraph. It says the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP, is funded through annual congressional appropriations, unlike entitlement programs like Social Security. Due to the lapse in funding, the U.S. Department of Agriculture, USDA, has stated that there will be insufficient funds to pay the full November benefits for approximately 42 million recipients if the shutdown continues. Yeah, so about 42 million people not going to get their benefits. Which means which means all these stores going to have to beef up in security or lock it down more, lock down items more, because people going to be out here stealing. That's for damn sure. People going to be out here stealing food and groceries like there's no tomorrow. And the only difference is that the military is in place nowadays. The only difference is that the military is here. Unlike when the government shut down last time, the military and the National Guard wasn't there. Now it's here, you know, just to add a little spice on top of the event, you know. Which means martial law is most likely going to take place. You're going to come with more unrighteous decrees, and there's going to be government lockdowns. You know. Let me get a couple of precepts. Matter of fact, let me go to the Apocrypha. There's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 5. Hold on, let me cross the street. Cars is acting crazy. Yeah, it is 15, verse 5. It says, "Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, sword, famine, death, and destruction. Why would the Lord do that? Verse 6 says, "For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled." You see? Wickedness had exceedingly polluted the whole earth. Let me skip down to verse 14. It says, "Woe to the world," woe means destruction. "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and their course of their actions shall stand in their power." Meaning they're not going to regard the authorities. Whatever authority is in place, whatever leadership is in place, they're not going to regard it. They're going to do whatever is in the power of their hand to do. That's what they're going to do. That's why you better get people. I'm really speaking to the believers. You better keep your head on a swivel, because people are going to be, when you go to the stores, because people are going to be following you home. See, especially if you buying a lot of groceries, especially you females, like to walk around like you got it like that, like ain't nobody gonna touch you because the government, because the police are here. I don't know if you watched it. There's a video on the internet. The couple of the brothers and the elders have put, and a couple of elders have already made lessons on it. This woman in Houston, she got woken up to a man standing in her living room, and she thought that was her son leaving for school, and she said she was scared. She hadn't been to sleep since, and that's what a lot of you females are gonna have to look forward to. You know, always screaming that you don't need a man. The first thing I asked was where was her husband at, since she had some kids. But you know that's going to be the new norm. These upcoming days, or months rather. That's why it says in the scriptures in Isaiah the 32nd chapter that a man shall be a hiding place from the wind and from the storm and tempest, and like water in a weary land. Like water in a dry place, rather. A man's going to be protection. Basically, everything's going to go back to the way it should have been in the first place. You know, the women having fear of the man, the men having fear of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. That's going to take place. Salakia, I'm laughing because I'm passing by a church, and as I speak, there's nothing but the nigga woman out there. Like, yo, 2025, you still going to church? You through? Better them than me. That's what I always say. But anyway, reading down. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city. So verse 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. That's exactly what's going to happen. People when the stores run out of food, and even before the stores run out of food, people are going to be doing like Gucci Man said in one of his raps back in the day, kick a door. People going to be kicking in doors, people's doors, because they know people got food, you know? From what I understand, that's the worst thing to do, to hunker down and store a whole bunch of food in one spot. Yeah. When trials and tribulations are taking place, and your best bet is to be like a pilgrim, be a sojourner, you know, be on the move. It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. You see? So because of the lack of bread, lack of food, and because of lack of food, and because of great tribulation, the people are going to the people are going to spoil one another's houses. So whoever got the strength, whoever got the tools, they're going to they're going to take it to their neighbors. Matter of fact, let me get this in 2 Ezra 6. 2 Ezra 6 and 22, it says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Verse 24, at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies. This is what's going to take place. And the earth shall stand in the fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. You see? So that's going to take place. There's going to be a lack of food, a lack of water. You know? And the government wants this to happen so they could bring in their new world order. They want the people to comply. But like I said, I didn't want to make this too long, you know, quick and straight to the point. So just keep your heads up. Keep your guard up. Continue to continue to keep your head on the swivel. You know, watch alternative news, watch regular news. Really watch alternative news, alternative media, and just continue to watch as well as pray. So Lord's will, you was edified. Till next time, we're gonna say shalom to the elect.